Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online teaching academy. Class 12 English lesson from Flamingo. Chapter 4 The Rat Trap by Selma Lagerlof. Children, I think you know what's a rat trap. A rat trap is an equipment for catching rats. Children, I hope you remember the lesson, the bishop's candlesticks, where the kindness of a bishop melts the hard-hearted convict and transforms him into a man again. In the same way, we'll see how the protagonist, the peddler, is reformed through love, sympathy, and understanding in this lesson. There are three characters in the lesson who suffer from loneliness. The peddler with the rat trap. He is also called as a tramp, a vagabond, and a stranger in this lesson. The old crofter. He has neither wife nor children. The iron master. His wife Elizabeth died and his sons are abroad. He has a daughter named Etla. This lesson deals with the loneliness of human beings in different situations and their struggle to cope up with loneliness. In this lesson, let us see how these characters meet each other, what the peddler did, how a young girl named Edla was able to transform him into a noble and honest man by her kindness and hospitality. Let us know about the author Selma Lagerlof. She was born on 20th November 1858 in Sweden. She was a Swedish author and teacher. She published her first novel, Gosa Berling's Saga, at the age of 33. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Literature, which she was awarded in 1909. Now let us look into the line-by-line explanation of the lesson. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling rat traps of wire. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. So once there lived a rat trap seller who made these rat traps occasionally, that is, during his free time, by himself. He begged for the materials like wires in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not especially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. So thievery means stealing. To keep body and soul together is for survival. Though he sold his rat traps, he was not able to earn enough. So he not only begged but also started to steal for his survival. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. Even then, his dress were torn, his cheeks were hollow and deep, and his eyes showed his hunger. Gleamed means showed. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road, left to his meditations. So monotonous means dull and boring. Vagabond is a person, a wanderer, a homeless person. Plods is to walk with heavy steps. Meditation is thinking deeply in silence. So as he was lonely, doing the same work like begging, stealing, making rat traps, his life was sad and boring. It was not interesting and happy. So nobody can imagine how life would be for such a homeless person who is a wanderer. He was just walking with heavy steps along the road, thinking deeply in silence. But one day, this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. Entertaining means amusing. He was lost in his own thoughts. He found great amusement in the thought. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. Here, about the whole world about his world around him. Suddenly, there came an idea in his mind. It was an interesting idea that the whole world around him was a rat trap. That is, the land and seas, cities and villages was a big rat trap. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as a rat trap offered cheese and pork. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. Baits means to place food on a hook in order to catch an animal. He says that all these existed for no other purpose. Its aim was to trap people. Here, he compares the whole world to the rat trap, just like how the rat trap offered cheese and pork as bait to trap rats, and if anyone is tempted to touch the bait and reach there, then it closes down and there is no way to get out of such a trap. Similarly, people are attracted when they run behind the riches and are trapped. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him, so it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. Unwanted means unexpected. The world had not been kind to him, so such a thought that the whole world was a rat trap gave him unexpected happiness. It became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary ploddings to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare and of others who were still circling around the bait. So dreary means uninteresting. Snare is trap. Circling around the bait means under temptation. So it became a favorite pastime whenever he felt uninteresting to walk. The thought that the world itself a rat trap gave him happiness. Here he says that how people had already fallen into the trap and about others who are under temptation to be trapped. One dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night, nor was he refused. One dark evening, when he was wandering along the road, he came across a little grey cottage. Here, trudging means wandering. As he needed shelter for the night, he decided to knock on the door of the cottage. An old man who opened the door did not refuse him but welcomed him. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, the owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Sour means sad. The old man neither had wife nor children. So he was very happy to have a visitor for his company. The rat trap man, who had seen only sad faces, was also happy. Immediately, he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. The old man offered him hot porridge for dinner and gave him a big piece of tobacco to smoke. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards and played Mijolis with his guest until bedtime. Mijolis is a game of card played in Sweden. So they spent the evening talking and playing Mijolis, a card game, until bedtime. This shows that the owner of the cottage was a generous and a large hearted person. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. The old man was generous enough to share his past to the guest, the vagabond, like how he shared his porridge and tobacco with him. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been a crofter at Ramsjo Ironworks and had worked on the land. Now that he was no longer able to do day labor, it was his cow which supported him. Crofter is one who rents or owns a small farm. He told him that he had been a crofter at Ramsjo Ironworks and worked on the land. He had enough money to lead a good life. Now, the old man said that he was not able to work hard like those days as a laborer. It was the cow which supported him to earn money. Yes, that bossy was extraordinary. She could give milk for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 kroner in payment. So, kroner is Swedish currency. Creamery is an establishment where dairy products are prepared or sold. So, he said that his cow was special to him. She gave him enough milk required for the butter factory every day. He also told him that last month he had earned 30 kroner as payment. The stranger must have seemed incredulous, for the old man got up and went to the window, took down a leather pouch which hung on a nail in the very window frame, and picked out three wrinkled 10 kroner bills. These he held up before the eyes of his guest, nodding knowingly, and then stuffed them back into the pouch. Incredulous means unbelievable. The old man understood that the stranger could not believe what he had said about money. So the old man got up from his place and went to the window and came back with a small bag and showed him three wrinkled 10 kroner notes and placed them back into the pouch. The old man didn't have any doubt on his guest. He believed him and told his past life and showed him the money he had earned also. The next day, both men got up in good season. The crofter was in a hurry to milk his cow, and the other man probably thought he should not stay in bed when the head of the house had gotten up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. The next morning, both of them got up early morning. The old man got up early to milk his cow, and the rat trap seller thought that he shouldn't sleep any more as the head of the house had woken up. They left the cottage at the same time. The crofter locked the door and put the key in his pocket. Both of them left the cottage at the same time. The old man locked the door and took the key. The man with the rat trap said goodbye and thank you, and thereupon each went his own way. The rat trap man said goodbye and thank you for his hospitality, and they went on their own way. But half an hour later, the rat trap peddler stood again before the door. He did not try to get in, however. So, peddler is a vendor. After half an hour, the rat trap man came back to the cottage. He did not get in. Do you know why he came back? Let's see it in the next class.